Hi, my name is Tia Brown. You may have already met me in another Science Gizmo video, but today we're going to take a look at climates. Have you ever traveled to another country or state? Is the weather there the same as where you live? In the Comparing Climates Gizmo, you can learn to compare average temperatures, precipitation, humidity, and wind speed for a variety of locations across the globe. Explore the influence of latitude, proximity to oceans, elevation, and other factors on climate. Also, observe how animals and plants are adapted to their climate and their environment. Which city do you think would have the largest average temperature change from January to June, and which would you want to live in? Let's start our climate adventure looking at Miami, Florida, USA, and Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, Canada. On the World Map tab, we can select the two-city option and then select Miami from the Location 1 dropdown and Yellowknife from the Location 2 dropdown. We will want to make sure we select metric for our units. We will then click on the Landscape tab and take note of the average temperatures in January in Miami, which is 20 degrees Celsius, and in Yellowknife, which is negative 26 degrees Celsius. We will then drag the triangle slider along the bottom of our simulation from January to June. The average temperature in Miami is now 28 degrees Celsius, and in Yellowknife, it is 13 degrees Celsius. Which city had the greatest temperature increase? Let's look at the data set found on the Data tab. We can see the data as a graph here for both average temperatures in Miami and Yellowknife. We could look at other data types by using the Data dropdown, or change the graph type to bar graph or data table using the graph type dropdown. We could also only look at one city as well as customary units with this gizmo. And just like that, we can see which city has the largest average temperature change and where we might like to live. Every gizmo has a set of lesson materials. This gizmo has some excellent real-world applications in its lesson materials. Activity A is one of my favorites for the aha moment when students realize that humidity, precipitation, and average temperature are all connected, and how those connections impact the climate in different parts of the world. As a follow-up to Activity B, I like to have the students work through the discussion questions on their own in their science journals, and then share their answers with a shoulder partner. I would then have the students submit their science journals at the end of class. As a follow-up to the discussion questions, I like to have my students complete the Gizmo's World Climate Maps using the Koppen scheme. The Koppen scheme relates climates to distinct regions of vegetation and wildlife, or biomes. I print out a blank world map for my students and then divide students into groups. The groups are then assigned one Koppen climate zone to each group. The students then research the climate characteristics and wildlife found in their zone and color in the places on the world map where their climate is found. A volunteer from each group can tell the class about each climate zone and the wildlife found there. This activity can be found in the user-created lesson materials. It includes web resources that can be used for the activity. Now that you know about humidity, precipitation, temperature, and climates, do you wish you lived somewhere else? Check out our related gizmos: observing weather, summer and winter, seasons around the world, and weather maps. Time to pack a bag and find a warmer gizmo to investigate. Bye for now, Gizmos fans.